Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome to NYC Talking Podcast.
The city of New York, Boricua from the Bronx.
I want to talk about men and how we are supposed to be strong all the time. Earlier today, I remembered, I'm not going to drop any names, but I was talking to a friend. I was going through a pretty rough time. My family was going through a rough time. I really don't want to share the details of what was going down. It's not relevant. It was a rough time, right? What it was something that would make any person, no matter how strong or tough they are, break down and be hurt and suffer and be in pain. Okay, we'll say that. Okay, so I was going through that situation and I was talking to a friend of mine. I was kind of confiding in her and just looking for some comfort, I guess, looking for some support, some assurance, even if it's not true, some everything will be okay, just a friend to talk to. And in a kind of cold, matter of fact way, my friend kind of just shrugged it off. And she said, "Angel, you're strong. You'll be okay." And then moved on to some other topic. That day I knew and I realized and I decided that this friend didn't really care about me. I and it hurt. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It hurt. It hurt me because if I remember correctly, I was in the middle of doing something for this friend. I was doing something for them. A big thing. I was helping them with something. Again, I'm not putting details because the details can help people figure out who you're talking about, what you're doing, and it's really not relevant for the points I'm trying to make here. But I was in the process of helping this friend with something. A big freaking something, okay? And they saw me kind of get quiet and appear down and asked me what was up, and I figured, okay, let me let some of this out, let me vent a little and share what I was going through. And then to get that response, that hurt. It hurt. It made me completely lose like the position that I had this friend in. I had them, they were important to me. They held a position of value in my life, like a high position. I mean, like I said, I was in the middle of doing something for them, but when they did that and they just discounted and devalued how I felt and what I was going through, it hurt, but it also opened my eyes where I thought to myself, okay, this is the kind of friends we are. This is a one-way street. You're hurt. You're sad. You need help. You need support. Angel's there for you. Always. Fucking always. Always there for her. But I'm going through some shit. And even going through that shit, I make time to come out and help you. To help you with what you were doing. And you dismiss my emotions, you dismiss my pain, you dismiss what I was going through and just blew it off with the words, "You're strong. You're okay, right?" Yeah, I'm cool. Everything's fine. Let's just finish this. I want to get the hell out of there. I wanted to just get it done with and leave. I didn't leave them hanging because I'm not that type of a guy. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have just walked away right then and there. Why is it that people expect us, because we're men, that we're always supposed to be all right? I mean, things are changing in the world, right? Things are changing. I'm noticing a lot more people speaking up about mental health, about men expressing their feelings, and This isn't a man exclusive thing, by the way. It happens to women too. I'm speaking from the male point of view because I'm a man, and it happened to me as a man, and it happened from a woman. And it was very dismissive, but I know it happens to other people, and I myself try to be very aware of when somebody is speaking to me to make sure that I am not minimizing their hurt, minimizing their experience, minimizing what they're going through. I really try, and that's not to say that I haven't made a mistake or that I won't make a mistake or that I won't mess up, but I honestly try to hear people and really listen and be there as best I can as a friend. Again, it doesn't mean I always am, but I try. And if I am not, please tell me, correct me, share with me, tell me. I'm not psychic. I was telling my friend, and she dismissed me. You're strong, you'll be alright. That was it. Nothing, no support, nothing. It was cold, man. It was cold. This particular instance, and it's not the only time, but this is the one that came to my mind today that I remembered. As men, we're not always okay. People, I keep trying to make this understood that it's not just a male exclusive thing. But in our society, we're supposed to be so strong, right? That's what's sold out here, especially as a Latino that grew up in the Bronx, a Latino comes from the ghetto, from the streets, who was shot at, jumped, beat up. Man, I survived all that shit. I'm tough. I'm hardcore. you know, Another side effect that also comes from all that experience is trauma. You carry trauma, you carry hurt, you carry anger, you carry questions, you carry all that. And that makes you not all right. You're not always going to be all right. And it's okay. It's okay to talk to someone. Hey, listen, that friend, she wasn't there for me. Honestly, since that time, I don't remember when was the last time we saw each other or we hung out. I honestly don't remember. Everything changed. Everything changed for me. It's just like something switched. Since then, other than a casual hello on social media or a like of a post or whatever, there's been no hanging out. There's been no exchanges, nothing. Just all faded. And I didn't see them putting up a fight to keep the friendship. So all along, we knew that, I should have known that this wasn't really a close, valuable friendship. If I'm really honest with myself and I think about it, well, again, I can't share details because the sleuths will come on and they'll find out who I'm talking about. Or, I mean, if anybody even gives a damn, probably nobody cares. But that friendship was not as valuable as I thought it was, unfortunately for me. But listen, it's okay to not be okay. And most people are going through something. The difference between a lot of others and people like myself and other people out there who share is that some of us are willing to talk about it. I don't mind if what I share makes me look weak or if it's embarrassing or if it's difficult. I share what I want to share and I talk how I want to talk and post what I want to post. And sometimes it's stuff that's like, oh man, this guy got issues. Yeah, I got issues. And you don't? No, you're just hiding them. And that's your right. You have the right to hide them. We all have the right to live however we want. But I just want it to become the norm. I want it to be normalized. I want it to be understood that it's okay if you're a man for you to speak about your feelings, for you to not be okay all the time. You don't have to be strong. You don't have to lie. And even if you lie, your actions will betray you. Your social media, your blogging, your talking, your behavior, it will all betray you. And people will know that something's up. So why even bother hiding it? Just own it. Not all right. And that's all right. It's a different world, folks. It's a different world. We don't live in a world where men have to hide their feelings anymore. You don't have to be tough. I mean, you could be tough. I don't think I'm tough, but if I need to defend myself, I can. If I need to speak up, I will. I'm not saying to be a doormat and let people trample you and cry. I'm hurt. I'm not saying to go that far. I'm saying if today something's troubling you and you don't feel good or you're bothered or whatever, it's okay to talk to a friend. I reached out to one of my homeboys a couple days ago about something that was troubling me. I wanted his opinion on it, and I told him. I talked to him, and he gave me his feedback, and he gave me advice. That's a friend. That's your brother. That's your people. And if you talk to a friend and they belittle you and they don't support you, they are either not a friend or maybe they're just not mature enough and they don't have the tools to handle complicated emotions. And that's okay. Talk to someone else. But if they start to really berate you and stuff, you let them know, hey, I don't like what you're saying. This is making me uncomfortable. And if they persist, you know what? Fuck them. Cut them off. You don't need people like that in your life. It's one thing if you don't know how to handle it, right? As a friend, if you don't know how to cope with these complex emotions and you're kind of overwhelmed if a man talks to you about it, I get that. Cool. It's another thing if you're going to start to berate and belittle them. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, if you're carrying something and you want to talk, reach out. Talk to me. Talk to someone else. Talk to a friend. Write a blog post. Record a podcast. Make a YouTube video. Go for a run. Punch a heavy bag. Whatever it takes, let it out. But don't feel that you have to hide it, because you don't. And anybody who tells you you have to, they're wrong. And that's probably not your friend. Thanks for listening to the NYC Talking Podcast.
You are listening to the NYC Talking Podcast. www.nyctalking.com. Please like NYC Talking on Facebook. Please follow Angel R. Talk on Twitter and Instagram. We are NYC Talking, the realest lifestyle blog ever. Thanks for listening.